Director Guy Ritchie, the mind behind the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes films, has brought his hyperkinetic filmmaking style to the most recognizable fantasy tale of all time in King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. The evil King Vortigern has taken control of the Kingdom of Londinium, and it's up to the born King Arthur to reclaim the legendary sword Excalibur and bring order and peace to the kingdom. Unfortunately, the finished film ends up being a mostly boring mess with only a smattering of fun ideas. Of those ideas, the saving grace is the film's devotion to ultra-fantasy concepts. You get interdimensional demon elephants, giant snakes, a goth version of Shao Kahn, and squid witches. You can see how the movie took some inspiration from power metal album covers like Blind Guardian. And that attitude really works. You almost wish Dragon Force had done the score. But as fun as those things are, they are few and far between. The majority of the film is a typical medieval fantasy affair with next to nothing special to make it stand out. Most of the movie's running time looks like it's made up of deleted scenes from a subpar episode of Game of Thrones. Maybe this would have been more acceptable if the plot was at all interesting or the characters were enjoyable, but they aren't. The story is a basic kill the bad guys, save the world template that doesn't subvert your expectations in any meaningful kind of way. It all plays out exactly as you'd expect. Jude Law's villain is as boilerplate as you can get, monologuing like a third-rate James Bond bad guy. He doesn't even have any interesting character traits or backstory to, well, back him up. And Charlie Hunnam's Arthur is equally milquetoast, handsome though he may be. He doesn't feel like he drives the plot as much as he's just along for the ride. And his super-powered abilities when wielding Excalibur only make him more blandly, quote, cool. Add to this a bunch of aggravating action scenes that look like they were pulled from a God of War game directed by Zack Snyder. It's a mishmash of poor construction on the page and unfocused execution on the screen. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword gets a 2 out of 5. The gonzo creatures are almost worth all the other weak elements. Seriously, those squid witches are dope, but they can't completely redeem an otherwise uninspired and often humdrum experience. But I mean, come on, squid witches!